Ladies and gentlemen, so final map coming up. Renegades on the CT side, MIBR on the T side, and a rush towards the A-bomb site. Set up with a couple of grenades and a beautiful couple of opening kills. Jacob missing every single bullet, and as a general rule, that doesn't work out so well. In fact, none of them are hitting any bullets on the Renegade side, and well...
It continues.
It does continue.
It was an infection, it spread, and now the pistol round goes to MIBR. 1-0. That's just a nice standard... I don't know.
Maybe they were all playing left-handed in that round just to see what would happen, you know?
Closing their eyes? Maybe they turned their crosshair off for that round.
Maybe they had 4 eyes and it was... I don't know what's happening.
Maybe they all wore Jacob's glasses for that pistol round.
That would probably be a challenge, unless you happen to be Jacob. Then it's probably great.
Well, with the way he plays.
Why bring him onto the bus? Oh, that's so mean.
Oh, it's all in good fun.
It is. I like it. Second round, a lot happening there, but Renegades have decided to go for their own armor, and Deagles, and even a scout on Gratisfaction. You just see, just the wrist could have maybe done something.
Oh, that's a great nade. Fur down to 61. Mid control for the MIBR squad, but information is also being denied to Renegades with a smoke in towards Connector, because Catwalk is slowly being taken as well. 2 players in the ladder room, KNG and Lucas with those rifles, and the bomb, and one other player fallen, lining up in the B halls, looking like this could just straight up be a split. The Krieg protecting KNG on this boost. They'll have a minute to peer deep into this B bomb site.
Yeah, that position up on the box when you're peeking into the B bomb site is just very, very powerful. He's going to fall off and not really able to see anyone. The flashbang against him is so good, and Gratisfaction is there to catch him on the other side. They've almost got him as well in the corner. Lucas going to stay alive for a little bit longer. Jacob now in the bomb site with a little bit of help from Azza. At CSAT 75, yeah, he knows. He's definitely seeing that. 35 seconds left. Azza goes down. Jacob's still alive, but only barely. And Taco going to be able to wrap around.
Oh, the flank. The flank from JKS is the big one. Taco jumps to peek in to see if he can find the information. It's not there when he peeks. Oh, this is so dicey. It's so close. Taco goes down. It's Lucas with a low HP on Catwalk.
JKS, if he tried to run for it, that could have easily got him killed, and maybe not even with the return that they needed. So waiting there, definitely not easy to do, but
it's not planted for him either.
No, it's not. So even at the 10-second defuse, it's going to be so hard to get back in here. Now they know where he is, firing that gun. Yeah, he's got no chance at all. What a retake coming in here from Renegades. That's going to be really annoying, but it feels like almost maybe some justice for all the rounds on Dust 2.
That's a fair point. That's a really good point. The odds have worked in Renegades' favor this time. And, I mean, the big thing is MIBR just got stalled out on Catwalk. That smoke, when it disappears in Connector, like, they put a lot of faith in that Krieg to be able to protect that Catwalk from the A-bomb site. And the Scout able to peek into those, it always had that advantage with the peek. You needed to refresh that smoke and buy yourself a little bit more time, a little bit more safety. Still, though, a pretty decent buy coming out for MIBR on the backside of that loss. 2 Kriegs, Galil, and a Scout on Fallen.
And a very common setup here. They're waiting at top mid to try and make sure that nobody's going aggressive on the Renegade side, so not uncommon. Now the bomb being brought in as well. They even flash their way over to try and take that peek. They want to be really sure that no one is too aggressive in middle here. Ooh, he had time to set that up. That was a flashbang being thrown from Azur, I think, for Gratisfaction to set that up. So that's a cool idea. He's in a fair bit of trouble, though. Some backup being called for to try and see if they can keep him safe. And I don't know, if there were more grenades, HEs, or Molotovs, I think Gratisfaction probably would be dead already. But now he's just buying time, in fact.
That's a huge kill for Taco to get. Alleviates some of the pressure with the low HP that they have. Lucas down to 29. And all that mid control, that mid presence now backing away. We saw this defense adjust very nicely in the previous round. Can they do it again? No one actually in the B-bomb site.
Well, that Molotov coming back, that's pretty huge.
That's really nice. Yeah, you're exactly right. That gives Liaz the confidence to rotate over into a new position, and they have 3 people looking at this angle. A deep nade, it's going to go too far, but they still have the manpower.
If that grenade had actually collided with somebody, that would have been an absolute disaster. It still might be, though, and it's looking like it. Jacob and Azur, and then Azur again, a double with the UMP. That's a great double kill for him, and Fur going to be falling back, and it's Azur with the triple, ending the round, and in a great fashion as well. And that will put a little bit of a cooldown on MIBR. Now they're gonna have to see what they want to do in the maybe not so much in the 4th round, but maybe the next one. And Renegades get a chance to breathe. they can relax. They can just take it easy.
Yeah, finally they get some of that space that they can work with. 2-1. And you have to know that this is going to be a round where MIBR just have to fully blown save. We're going to get a small tech pause as PC's looked at. But yeah, this is 2 rounds now. Previously on Catwalk, now in these B halls where MIBR just gets stalled out at the worst possible moment. Like there was a huge window of opportunity for them to hit it. And obviously they can't know that. But there was a good like 10 seconds where no one was at that B bomb site. 2 players on Catwalk looking towards Catwalk. No one had rotated to market. It's that Molotov. That Molotov really slowed him down.
Yeah, and it was about 40 seconds, so it's like even just the time that it buys, once they execute, you know it's not a fake. You know it's pretty much all in at that point. So good timing on that one. You like to see some good grenade usage. Renegades, do you think they're going to be winning this match?
Yeah, I do. But I think MIBR has been pretty impressive, between Inferno and then what we just saw in Dust 2. But I think the big thing is Renegades is just very good at this map, and I think a lot of their strength is going to come on the T side. So I mean, if they have a good CT side and they switch over to T, like I just think if they have a good defensive half, it might just be all over because their T side is very cool to watch, and they're very good at utilizing this map and really using window room as a pivot point to go back and forth.
Yeah, I'm actually quite a big fan of Renegade's T side on this map.
Yep.
I've been watching a fair few games of them, and it's always pretty enjoyable. So
it's fun. I know. This is way back to earlier this year, talking to Casada at one of the pro leagues, where he just mentioned they love getting a player into window, and they have so many different ways of doing it on the T side. He's like, we have like 6 different variations to get someone into window, so it can be very tough to defend against.
A lot of tattoos on the Brazilian side, and we're talking to Henry and yesterday and Semler as well, obviously here.
Yeah,
so
a lot of tattoos around. I was talking to Henry. I want to get a tattoo as well. I've wanted one for like 10 years though.
Have you figured out what is the theme? What's the general area? Like, if it's something specific, like what are we talking about here?
Well, I want my family crest.
You have a family crest.
I have a family crest. Irish, O'Toole.
All right, that's kind of cool. I didn't even know that. That's interesting.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
So I wanted like the crest, updated with a little bit of artwork. But I've been going about it very lazily over the past decade. As I said, I've wanted this for a while. I've just never actually put the work into to get it done.
You ever considered that if you wait a decade, then like the expectation for building it up is going to be so huge that like no matter what, it's just you're going to be like, well, it wasn't going to play out, the way that I want it.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's good. I'm worried about it going the other way, to where I get the 1, and then it's like what everyone says, where it's like as soon as you get 1, you want like 10 more.
If somebody tells you that Usual Suspects is a pretty good movie, and you wait a decade like building, it's like I'm going to watch it, but it's going to be great. It's going to.
That's true.
Like maybe not.
I haven't been overhyping myself on it.
Okay.
I've just like wanted one. It's not like this is going to be sick.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
What about getting Doja tattooed?
Doesn't someone have a Doja tattoo on their leg?
I don't know. When you say that, there's like a little part of me that thinks, yeah.
If I was going to get a Doja tattoo, I'd want it to be on my stomach so that I could have my belly button be his mouth.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and you could do some really cool things with that, I feel like.
Very elaborate.
That or find a company that's going to pay me like $500,000, or maybe even, actually it'd probably have to be more than that, to tattoo their logo on my head, so it's just a constant billboard.
I think that's a fantastic idea. There's a lot to work with here.
Got a lot of real estate, Anders.
Yeah, well, could even be like a trend-setting thing. Like if it works, there's going to be more and more of them.
That guitarist at the Starladder major he was shaved his head and he had a head tattoo.
Yeah, and he was very much into it. I really enjoyed that. Well, we'll revisit this topic a little bit later on. If you guys have any suggestions, then you can tweet at Moses.
Yeah, definitely tweet me
Moses.
your tattoo suggestions.
I think that's a good idea. You want the internet to tell you these kind of things. Ooh, Lucas, that is just him on his own setting that up and taking out Gratisfaction. It's a 4-on-5 now. He's very low on health, but still not a bad opening kill.
Maza now behind the smoke, and he's played this perfectly. He's got the information. He's got an easy kill. Even transferring over to the AK-47. So back into a 4-on-4, back into an even situation. And Lucas is just so low on health. There's a lot of ground that MIBR have to cover, and not a whole lot of smokes to help them do it. 1 smoke, 1 Molotov, and 2 flashes, and that's the bomb on Catwalk. And yeah, this is just turning into a beatdown in mid. They're surrounded from 3 different angles. That is a perfect crunch from the Renegades defense.
And it seemed like MIBR were really insistent on the idea that they wanted somebody in the window.
Yeah.
Because they lost 1 player, and they're like, oh, let's go back and try and see if we can do it again. So some part of the strategy for that round was dependent on that that little piece being in play. Now it's Taco, and I don't know. There's not much to do, is there?
No, just because the bomb is just so far away. He spotted one out. That's a great shot. Down to 44 health, but yeah, just nothing you can do to follow it up. Azo wipes his hands of the round. It's a 4-1 lead.
Yeah, things are working out extremely well for Renegades early on. Like you said, probably their CT side isn't even going to be the one that's going to be very exciting. MIBR picking up some upgraded pistols and deagles. So, you know, you've got to, now it's time to be real careful. They could turn into something.
This is when they're at their most dangerous.
It feels like it.
Well, we'll see. A lot of bodies being sent towards the B bomb site. This has previous. Ooh, hello.
Somebody connected to USB cable or something? I don't know.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. Again, another one of those things you hope the viewer hears as well. Otherwise, you just seem insane.
They might be onto that already. I'm not going to lie.
Was it the Doja stomach tattoo that gave it away?
Yeah, they might have already figured it out. Liaz, beautiful spray down. Really well controlled. Some grenades to help out. It's all just gone according to plan. And, you know, it's a bit uncomfortable if you're Liaz here, but there's no reason to do much of anything. Just, yeah, call in the backup. And they obviously don't have grenades to get rid of you, or they would have thrown them already. And, yeah, this is all taken care of. Just don't be greedy and go for the last kill. There's no reason to throw anything away. He's never going to get to you at this point. And they know it. Gratisfaction with a good couple of kills at the end, and a good lead now for Renegades. I have a question.
Okay.
Do you ever have that feeling? I always carry my phone in my right pocket.
Okay.
And sometimes I'll be thinking like, oh, my phone's vibrating. Right? Who's you know, calling me or texting me or whatever? And then I'll go look for it, and it's not in my pocket, and it's just like some phantom, you know, vibrating phone feeling in my leg.
I think
over
there's
like the years.
I think there's actually a word for that.
Like,
but yeah, I think we've all
like
had
the stupidest thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to know if I was alone on that. KNG with a very early kill. That was even a cool setup for Gratisfaction. He had the flashbang in the air. He had it all lined up, and it looked like the timing was pretty much perfect, but it didn't work out that way. And now they take Azza next in line. Lias, the only one to maybe shut this down. It's a great double kill, but it still might not be enough in spite of everything.
In spite of everything, almost a miraculous hold from Liaz, and again, they almost got bottlenecked on Catwalk. Good timing for an impromptu crossfire from Connector. Taco down very low. Molotov, I think he'll be able to get out after the plant in time to not burn. And JKS going to slowly start backing away. So MIBR put their second on the board, and now comes the task of having to burn through all this cash. You've got 9,500 on Jacob. JKS is going to be up there as well when this round gets over. Over 10K on Azza. You got a lot of rounds you have to string together before you're going to get some breathing space of your own. Such is the nature of, losing 4 rounds in a row, 5 rounds in a row.
Yeah, I mean, that's the struggle, isn't it? Suddenly you have to string together a bunch of rounds before you, and that was one of the luxuries that they had, I think, on Dust 2, at least for some of the time, right? Is that actually Renegades didn't have a lot of money. They had to fight with a limited budget. Well, still, MIBR 5-2. It's definitely better than nothing, and
still a lot of Counter-Strike to be played in this first half.
Yeah,
we've seen teams obviously recover from well worse, and you never know when that streak is going to happen. But I'd be a little bit scared going back to Dust 2 T side, where largely MIBR's rounds were carried by those Deagle wins. AWP on KNG, 3 Kriegs, and an AK on Fur.
Again, it was overtime on Inferno, so none of this has been really easy for either team at the moment. It does feel like a very awkward matchup. I'm so interested to see how both these teams are going to be doing against later competitions or later competitors in this game, in this tournament, just because of it doesn't feel like a very solid foundation that either of them are working with right now. Even if we've seen some cool stuff and some good things out of them, it feels like there's something that's slightly missing. It's a very, very good grenade. KNG's going to want revenge. He does have an idea. He sees it. That could have easily been a kill. Follow-up shot not connecting either, but still, it's worth a try.
Yeah, I like the attempt. At least just to show that you're willing to do it. All in at top mid as well, making sure no one's going to push up and split this map in half, and this Renegades defense has started to lean towards the A bomb site. They don't feel comfortable with that pressure that was applied by MIBR, and they have the deep angle into B halls from Gratisfaction's op. Now here's the tough part. If this takes too long for MIBR to readjust across the map, that's awkward. We do love seeing failed run boosts. It's way more fun when they fail into an opponent's crosshair.
That's, yeah, if they only work like 30% and then somebody just tumbles into immediate death. Gratisfaction. Peek right back into it. Lucas going down in the meantime. It's still a 3-on-3, and that's a good shot for KNG. He's back to the middle again. He sees the grenade, and surely that's going to give them a little bit of info to work with. And the Renegades are so far away from this, you have to wonder, is it even worth it to try and run for this? You have some money, but not that much.
Yeah, that money disappeared real quickly. Ozzy had 10K. Yeah, just picking up the Krieg and backing off. I like that. Preserve the economy. Yeah, you could have gone for it and won. There's a chance, but the odds are just so low. Better to play the long game. And actually now you can even start, bottling MIBR up, keeping them towards the B bomb site, keeping them towards the blast explosion. You can see KNG with 28 HP is going to have to find a way to evacuate, just going to run back through the halls. And that's a good, oh no, he's not. He's actually going to come right forward, and an easy kill for JKS right to the head. And that's the AWP on the ground. That's the AWP that netted you 2 kills and the entering frags into the B bomb site.
Yeah. That was, did you see how the part of the ground caught the smoke then? Like it got bounced the wrong way? I think that actually killed him, but still. Ultimately, I think they're still going to be fine, MIBR, with this kind of a round win.
Fine work with the op from KNG.
Yeah, that's what he's here for, partly, right?
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to do it because of that final kill. That could end up being a pretty impactful kill for JKS down the stretch.
Oh, you're right.
Still money in the bank for Renegades as well. There's this buy, and depending on how much they save.
Look at how quick they are.
Ooh, this is a fast pace. They're going to go right through this. They're going to put a smoke down surely, or they're just going to burn. First out of 19. Taco, oh, he's still on fire. He just has to get out of there, and he somehow found a kill. And somehow MIBR have a chance at making this work. Gratisfaction out in the open, and he wants to get away. He wants to disappear into the smoke.
Yeah, that double smoke that's in front of him is put down really far back, but as I look at the spray, he just continues for 3 kills. That is so magnificent. And now KNG completely trapped in this corner. 1 grenade rains in, but they know exactly where he is right now, and he's going to have no chance at all. I don't know, like, that's a great defense put up by Renegades. I'm partly a little bit sad because that's such a cool execute for MIBR. That's a B push that's called out of spawn. You have to throw those grenades as you're running into the B hallways, and they just keep going all the way through. And Taco, I think he got that first kill, even though he's flashed. But then, I don't know why, but then it's like they couldn't occupy the rest of the bomb site. They were up against what? Asa with the Krieg and Gratisfaction with the AWP. That shouldn't be that much defense against 4 people, right?
No, but I think the problem was they couldn't find the kills, right? So they just felt so insecure and hunting them down, and that's when things just kind of fell apart. Ooh, Gratisfaction. That's a narrow miss. I think Fur even bailed out. Neither of them wanted anything to do with that battle from there.
Wow.
Again towards the B bomb site for MIBR. They have a heavy lean towards this side of the map so far.
Very aggressive out of Fallen. Could have maybe caught Lias then. And now they are going to be careful that they don't end up fighting one at a time. Fur is also in mid-connector trying to see if he can make his move, and he will, taking down Jacob, but it doesn't even matter when the rest of the push is going to be shut down. KNG will get 1 kill, but I'm not sure it's quite in time, and they've lost Fur in the meantime here, so yeah, impossible position for him to peek. He's going to go down to Asa, who's having himself a pretty decent game early on here, and Renegades 7-3, and shutting down the economy of MIBR one more time. Man, this is spiraling out of control.
It really is, and it almost feels like I think there needs to be a timeout taken here by MIBR. If not this round, then the next one. 1 AK-47 on Fur, 3 Deagles, and a P250. More than anything, some of their attacks, I mean, they've been attacking Catwalk to the B bomb site. They've been attacking those halls to the B bomb site, but so frequently they're getting stalled out in these choke points. This Renegades defense is putting a stop to any kind of aggressive hit that MIBR is coming up with. This is a fake, and they're trying to rely on the fact that they've put so much attention onto the B bomb site, but they haven't had enough success to really draw any kind of meaningful rotations away from the A site. JKS is dinked, able to get 1. I don't think these Deagles, excuse me, I'll take it back. Taco with another headshot, but Gratisfaction holding the cross with the AWP, an easy kill, and the bombs on the ground.
All right, just gonna, that doesn't seem like it's worth it at all. The bomb's right there. Don't give Taco a chance with the Deagle, and they won't. Yeah,
A dance of deagles?
Yeah.
Did you just try on like Game of Thrones Counter-Strike?
Someone could definitely make that video, right? We've had Simple as the Undertaker, and I bet if you started doing that.
We just have a really good legacy in Counter-Strike of fan fiction. Started with you in Freiburg, I think.
Yeah, good times all around. Much appreciated.
Yep. Shout out.
But yeah, I could see, like, there's a lot of different ways to go with that. Bomb goes down. I think that's about the best they could hope for in a round like this. Who would Duncan be if Counter-Strike was Game of Thrones? What character would he be? He'd have to be one of
the Mad King.
Ready to burn them all. Surely that's Richard.
yeah, good point. Okay, we'll give Richard that one. Duncan would have to be
like Littlefinger or somebody.
No,
he'd
like have scheming. To be Tywin, wouldn't he? Like he's all into money, all into Skrill.
Yeah.
Instead of like the gold mines, it'd be like the Skrilla mines.
The Skrilla mines. That could be. Yeah, that could be. I was thinking just more on the political side, but yeah, it could
okay. Be. I went a little deep with that one.
There's really a lot to work with.
There's a lot of ways to dissect that question.
Yeah. A lot of ways for it to go horribly wrong as well, but we'll leave that for the...
That's what makes it fun.
That is.
The danger.
The potential. 8-3 is quick back in the game here. Fallen on a single kill, Fur on 2. The rest are doing fine. Azza, though, and Gratisfaction are actually the two players having a really good game right now.
Sam would be Richard's little pyromancer.
Yeah.
All right, enough of that. Lucas.
He does have his way with chemistry. So.
Flashbangs out into the air, delayed mid-take. And Azza has no information inside the window room, and Lucas is being very cautious over that smoke. This time a split towards the A-bomb site, trying to utilize connector.
They're getting into that ladder room there, where Lucas is in a powerful position. Jacob, though, very nearly a double kill. Being fallen, no help at all. Very weird. JKS, I guess he...
No, that was a nice combination from Taco, but Kenji doesn't clear the... Oh, how have they not spotted this? What? Another spin. Taco is a damn hero in this round.
Did they grenade him as well?
Yeah, Taco threw the Molotov and then the follow-up HE grenade, and the Flames finished him off. Taco has a very disgusting triple kill so far, but Gratisfaction has a chance. Another 1 versus 3 in the cards, jumping through. Can't find the connection, and Fallen will finish him off through the box.
Fair play to Gratisfaction. That's a cool attempt, but you're right. Taco, the hero of this round. There was, what was that? It was not that long ago where it really honestly felt to me like Taco was the only one playing good Counter-Strike on MIBR. It's like...
It wasn't even that long ago.
Yeah. Like, not just from, like, 3 months or something ago. It was like he was just playing...
I've always really liked Taco's game from, like, the first time he joined, like, the old Luminosity roster. He strikes me, like, when I watch him play, obviously caught a decent amount of flack from the community for some diminished performance, and this is a long time ago, but he's just a player's player. Like, he does a lot of things in the game very fundamentally correct.
Yeah.
And that is so helpful to the people that play around you.
And he's obviously been in a lineup forever, right, where it's going to be natural that he'll be outshone by a bunch of other people. But
right. Like, what do you expect him to do with Cold, Fur, and Fallen on one team?
Yeah,
especially
exactly.
like back in like 2016, 2017.
Yeah, but I feel like you're getting a chance. I mean, now more often to see him do just a lot, which is kind of cool. 8-4, and he and pretty much everybody else is going to have to do a lot in this game if they want a chance of it. Renegades are still off to a pretty good start at kind of a beginning here. KNG to take down Jacob, trying to be aggressive, getting the forward spawn, I'm guessing, and just wanted to go for it.
Another split towards the A-bomb site, it seems. This time 3 players in Palace. Fallen's going to set it up with the flashbang over. Azza going to have to back away. But they are streaming out, and there goes JKS. He had no teammate to cover from behind. Azza with 1, but he's got to wait for reinforcements, and Fur is controlling connector as well. So it's all on this poor guy who's flushed into the open. And now we're seeing MIBR figure it out.
Yeah, they've absolutely figured it out. A lot of things weird in that round for Renegades. When Jacob goes down up there, the rest of the defense on the A-bomb side is JKS towards the ramp and Azza towards CT spawn. So if anyone goes connector or apartments, which they did, how you can't even really help each other out, right? You're in this. I don't know if they would have changed it if they had 10 more seconds, but they didn't. So that became really awkward. Really, no chance to help or set up grenades or anything else for each other. Hunting for gratisfaction, at least a little bit. In fact,
they're going to
Fallen, yeah, they're going to really go for it here. They don't want to fight that AWP in the upcoming 14th round, and looks like they're going to be really close. He's snuck in behind them. Oh, wow. Last couple of seconds.
That's a nice hunt. I can appreciate that.
You ever seen that movie with, is it with Tommy Lee? The one called The Hunted, where he's like,
I haven't seen that.
I want to say
sounds cool though.
He's like someone who trained like Navy SEALs or something.
No, I have no idea.
Oh, well, we need to watch that.
Okay. We'll watch that right after Ghost Shark.
Ghost Shark, obviously, one number one priority here.
KNG with the, nice shot, but he's going to get pressured from Connector. That's a very quick and accurate response, but Gratisfaction sidestepped the shot. And then Lucas under a lot of pressure. And now Fur's got so many people around him, but he somehow finds a double kill with 1 HP. And yeah, it did look a little bit hairy there.
Just almost getting dinked out of the round. That was just somebody ringing bells in the middle, weren't they? Jacob 1 versus 3, and yeah, you know, that's just the USP. That shouldn't be nearly that powerful. Okay, well, while we're waiting, I feel like it's unlikely Jacob's going to be doing anything. Speaking of Ghost Shark, you ever seen the movie Ghost Dog?
Ghost Dog?
Yeah, with Forrest Whitaker, I think.
No.
That is an amazing movie that you've just utterly missed out if you've not seen that.
Okay, that's a weird one. Why are there so many ghost animals?
This has nothing to do with an actual ghost dog. It's just the name of the movie.
Oh, well, that makes it even worse.
No. It's a genius movie.
Don't sell me a dream.
Build up around Wu-Tang music, generally.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Absolutely amazing. Yeah, definitely. A friend of mine dragged me to see it a long time ago in the cinema, and I thought, I don't want to watch a movie called Ghost Dog. I was just immediately put off by the title of it. That's
kind of similar to how I'm feeling at the moment.
Yeah. But then I watched it and I was like, wow, I've rewatched it a number of times. It's well worth it. All right.
You ever seen Casper?
The Friendly Ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, weirdly, that is like a childhood thing of mine. I don't know why that was good. I can't even remember anything about it except for the name and like the song.
Yeah, I can't either, actually. Oh, well. 8-6. Although a good find for Jacob right at the end. That AWP you can pass over to Gratisfaction. That'll help with bolster some of the utility.
Yeah. Getting some...
But man, what a recovery from MIBR.
Truly stunning, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 in a row down the stretch here. If they can make it 4, obviously, that would be magnificent. But this T-side looked like it was going absolutely nowhere for the first, what, like 10 rounds or so?
So pretty good rounds out of Fur and Fallen as well. So they're trying to bring it back a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is good news. Round number 15, last of the half. KNG ready in case any kind of peak gonna come over. Gratisfaction choosing a slightly different angle. KNG ready for it. Ooh. They almost had each other there. That could have been really weird.
Taco's quietly got a pretty dangerous angle into this B bomb site, but Liaz has a more dangerous angle. The hunter has become the hunted.
Jacob right on top of the smoke. Oh, that actually connects with him. Yeah, that's very suspicious.
The thought of smoke hitting flesh.
Detective putting together all of the clues in his mind when they have like, wait a minute. That worked out really well.
Mid control for MIBR, but where do they go from here? Peering into that A-bomb site for a lot of time to do this, although there is Azza on catwalk. Waiting to take the peek. You imagine it's as soon as Jacob makes contact, Azza just swings wide.
Yeah, timing's everything in that moment. Jacob walking slightly back, 35 seconds on the clock. They're going to be putting in a Molotov, not finding anybody. And over at CT spawn, JKS is going to be there as well. Jacob, that's so good timing. Did he flash himself in? I didn't see any flash assist there. JKS goes down, but it doesn't even matter. 9-6 at the end, and a great half or a great round there, sorry, out of Jacob. 9-6 overall. We'll be back right after the break. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It's MIBR versus Renegades here. The last map, in fact, the last half of this best of 3. And we're on Mirage, and I don't know, it looked like Renegades, they still did a fine job. First half, 9 rounds, it's pretty good. Yeah. But it looked like it could have been way more devastating. MIBR brought it back towards the end. Yeah, you like to see that resilience from MIBR, like finally just figuring it out. Tactically, they were just getting destroyed at a certain point. But really kind of putting the pieces together, and Fallen and Zeus together working themselves out of a really tough spot to grind out enough rounds to make it a respectable half. But as we mentioned at the start of this game, the T side is where Renegades, like, they really, this is where they earn their paycheck, is on this side of the map. They have a very, very fun offensive side to watch on Mirage. Yeah, tactically there is so much to look for all the time. Gonna start out here in the pistol round with a couple of smokes and some flashbangs, and it's gonna be pretty quick after that. Smoke off towards connector, and then one towards CT spawn, but Lias not even being allowed to cross the road there. Lucas picking him off, and that's a great way to begin. Fallen back here as well, executing people left and right, and that whole push is completely dead. Once you get those opening kills with the USPs, there's, I mean, you don't have enough presence on the bomb site to even put any pressure on them. And there were a lot of bodies. Oh dear. That's what I mean. Kassad, he's got like some good facial expressions. Yeah. He's like that disappointed dad, isn't he? He's like, you know. Oh, that one hits too close to home. There were a lot of bodies in that hit for Renegades, but that didn't really feel like there was a whole lot of power in attacking that A-bomb site. They kind of like trickled out like a leaky faucet. Does that work? Yeah, that does. Yeah, just it'll take a while, right? Like it felt very one by one at a certain point. One player goes down, and then 2 players are like just kind of a lot of space between them running towards connector, and no one's actually attacking the site where all the defenders are. Mold building on the bomb site. Like, where do you want me to go with this? I kind of wanted to bail out as soon as I said it, but you know, such is life. Oh, nice shot from Jacob. And G's gonna spin, but not quick enough, and might as well save. Yeah, time to end the round. Take the loss. That was, I don't know. That was more like a garden hose. Still on this? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh man. Well, I'm laughing as well because we did talk about you know the brilliant strategies of the T rounds of Renegades, and that round is just them. That's just raw power, isn't it? Like there's nothing strategic about it. It's just like, boom, you're out. Yeah, just banging Taco's head off, dropping down on KNG before he even has time to react. All 5 players survive. 10-7. And he was even guarding. He was even being pretty passive, Taco, in the bomb side, like one of those sprinkler systems that's just watering the lawn. He's defending. We have to stop. Well, no one's stopping us yet. Maybe that's the problem. Some weird farm irrigation system. Can we go back to Game of Thrones at least? Yeah, can we just start this half over? Yeah, I don't think anyone's ever done that. Like, the casters need to restart the map. Yeah. They got off on the wrong foot, and it got Can we call a tech pause? It got really weird. We should have one of those. Like, just one tech pause per game for the casters. Need to come up with something. MIBR 3 out of 4 tech pauses being tactical timeouts being used already, so. Pretty early on, I would say. Still about a third of the map left. 10-7, though. What did they do? They're the first 2 maps all went down to the wire as well. Like this, there's still a great chance for this just to be a very grinded out game down the stretch. Big buy for MIBR. Yeah, it is. Fully investing around the 3 weapons from the previous. Look at the really quick execute coming out from Renegades, similar to what MIBR were trying to do. The double Molotov, sorry, the double smoke towards the catwalk side, and that makes perfect sense. JKS does go down. It's now 4-on-4. The bomb's going to be planted very quickly. There is a flank coming in from Fallen, but it might be just very, very late. And if they can't get these kills, I'm not even sure it's going to make a difference. These 2 M4s, that's all they're going to have in the upcoming round, so you can't throw this away. Maybe, the MP9, they get a kill. That would be great. And no, they're going to go back. Oh, please don't go back. Don't do it. Oh, this is so awkward. It's not worth it. Here we go. They do have a kit on Fur. It's pretty deep into the bomb timer, though. This has to go fast. They're still taking it slow. Fallen getting ever closer. And yeah, now they're backing off again. They called it off in the last second. They reconsidered their reconsideration. Now they're going back again. Surely not.
11-7.
It's so dangerous when you have like a slight bit of success early on in a retake that's not possible, and you're just like, oh, maybe we could throw it all away.
I just like the idea that we've talked up this T side so much, and we've seen 2 B rushes in the first 3 rounds.
Well, that one at least had smoke grenades behind it.
True.
But I've seen Renegades on this map do triple fakes. Which, like, that doesn't happen a lot.
No.
I've seen them do a strat. It's so cool where they throw grenades at the A bomb site once, then they wait, then they throw the second round of grenades, and while they're doing that, 3 people are rushing B. So if you're the A defender, you're thinking like, okay, the first round of grenades, that was a fake. The second round, that's the real commitment, because people do that, and then actually, there's 3 people in B with no grenades. The people in B have no grenades. It's just, and you're just thinking, what is happening? it's absolutely mental to watch.
I hope we get to see that. That sounds fun.
It is. It's because it's so crazy that you will never expect it. Like as the guy defending A, you have no choice almost but to call, and it's happening in the last like 20 seconds. Yep. You have to almost say like it's definitely A this time.
Oh, it just feels like such a commitment.
I think it's like 2 people outside of A are throwing the remaining smokes, but that's still enough that you think, well, maybe it could be. It's a lot of fun. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, maybe they'll go for a quad fake. That'd be interesting.
I don't think that's like.
I don't think there's enough nades in the map.
You just run out, don't you? Quad fake would have to involve like getting a kill and picking up somebody else's smokes, and then like
Yeah, you can plan for that. Full mid control for Renegades, but very passive. Not really progressing anywhere. They're just happy to take it and just wait. And that's what they're looking for. The response from MIBR, almost punished. Fallen takes a lick of damage. Very sparingly using utility in mid to maintain presence, and just now starting to push forward, and you can see KNG getting a little nervous, wanted to know what was coming, and well, he found a little too much.
Yeah, he was flashed in by a teammate there, but did not really have the desired effect. Taco close with the MP9. That would be great. If he get that, at least he could be relevant towards the actual bomb site, and he's going to win that first fight. He's very low on health, and actually Fallen, they're going back and fur, hears it. That's some great information. Lucas now with the Molotov and an HE grenade. Maybe he could buy some time. That's smoke. He might have to use it. Staying alive for the minute, and Fur will take down Jacob. Now a 4-3. MIBR might be onto something here.
Here we go. Desperate retake must work. 2 kits. They've got 2 smokes as well. 3 players inside the bomb site. 4 Renegades just waiting. JKS keeping cover. The whole retake is going to be coming from CT spawn. The one flank. It's a late flank from Palace, but the retake has to begin early. Good kill from Gratisfaction. He follows it up, and no, he can't get the second. Azza has no idea this is coming with the Molotov. Oh, he's thrown it in the wrong spot. They line up anyways, and Taco needs to drop and find a kit. He's got to avoid the flames as well, and he doesn't have it. He's not even close. He's just bailing out, and Renegades have somehow pulled off the win. At one point, a 2 versus 4. Azza is an absolute hero.
Yeah, that's kind of huge. You're right, the Molotov was kind of in the wrong position, but they went around that side anyway, and then just not enough time. Don't know if he could have found the kit inside of that smoke either. I mean, that's...
I think if he did find it, he would have had to like run through the flames.
Yeah.
If he wanted to get it on time, and he didn't have the HP for that.
Wow. Well, 12-7, and a big chance there for MIBR to start to bring it back.
Because we just talked about Renegade's tactical impressiveness on this map,
yes,
you have to give props. That is a great call. Like you had, I didn't see exactly where Azza, if he went up connector to get towards window room or if he got boosted up. But the fact that Taco gets that kill in B halls, and immediately they recognize, if we go here, we're going to be fighting at market, we're going to be fighting in B halls, and potentially even the bomb site. We don't know what we're going to find, and that's not a fight we want to take. So just bail out, back to the A bomb site, where at least we know jungle is clear.
Yeah, they did a really fine job in that round. Now we've got a Krieg on Taco and some Deagles on the rest. See how active he's going to be allowed to be here. Definitely, obviously, you want to find something when you have this one rifle and not much else. Fallen pushing up with a Deagle. Good damage and a good kill. Can't make it back, but still well worth it.
Gratisfaction going to lead the way. One more player to find. KNG close up, misses his opportunity, and Fur just going to lie in wait. Like a little assassin. Ooh, great shot. That's not very assassin-like. That was powerful, and Fur can't get anything built on top of it.
Oh, but that's the Krieg gone on Taco. He walked right into that shot. Lucas Trying his best. Oh no, with the flames on top, and he doesn't have any armor either, so the 40 damage that he just took is actually a pretty big deal. And they're waiting for him right now. Gratisfaction, perfect position for Lucas. Gonna be taking his face right off, and now JK is low on health. He's got the right angle. He was out in the open, and they will win that round. A triple kill on JKS, and a lot of shouting behind it. Renegades, some close calls in these rounds, but they are extending their lead. 6 rounds ahead now.
Well, we'll see if MIBR has one more comeback in them. This is perhaps their last gasp. Double op setup being brought out by Fallen and KNG. And this needs to work. They have not found a reliable defense. Both ops going towards window room. Fallen's going to drop down towards connector. KNG's going to stay in the window room, but he's smoked off. And Fallen dodging flashbangs. Oh, that's a quick scope in and a quick shot.
They thought they had Molotov that out, but the Molotov lands inside of the smoke, so Fallen is able to just stick around in that position. I think Asa himself actually threw the Molotov to block out Fallen's position, so that's
Can't blame anyone else, which is really unfortunate.
Yeah, usually at least you want to be able to do that. Smokes are being set up here. They don't control any part of the map, so they almost have to go for this. And KNG just easily shutting them down as they made their way through. And I do feel like we've been baited out by Renegades. This is, again, not exactly tactically at a very high level here.
Well, they haven't had to dig too deep into the playbook, have they? They've been doing it with the simple stuff. So why change it up? Why make things more complex?
I guess that is the logic, but I
Yeah.
don't know. Like that round, they lose Azure at top mid, and then they just sort of say, you know what? Let's just we have to go B. It's like there's still a lot of time left. If you wanted to, you could go check out the rest of the map or anything like that, but.
Yeah, I think it's probably because they've had so much success at that B-bomb site when they've attacked it. They've overrun it about three times so far in this half at least.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
I think mostly they just missed the timing. There was that one smoke in that window, and as soon as it cleared, KNG gets a double kill.
Yeah. Even no coming back from that was there. But they got JKS with the Krieg and some grenades to set this one up with. With enough confusion, like if they get the right smokes down and one good flashbang, JKS is sharp enough, I think, in this game that he could get a couple of good entries. See if they're going to be able to. A little bit of a chance there. Great second window to show all of the 3 smokes. We like to see that kind of a thing, and not even close to another distraction with the grenades down. MIBR instantly with the defense. 13-9 now. And MIBR bring it back. And they're also starting to build some kind of an economy for themselves.
Which is important. If this double op setup is going to be the recipe for success, you need some cash behind this in case you lose one, in case you lose both. So that's a beautiful thing to be building up, and also it's going to help in this round the cushion of Renegades being on all 5 Glocks. Everyone on Renegades between $1,900 and $2,000. They are poor.
This is playing pretty close to the entire push that's coming through. He's only going to get 2 of them, but the bomb's on the other side, so this is just all pretending, all trying to make it work. The bomb was found. In fact, did he burn Azza? I'm not sure how somebody died with the bomb on the other side. Regardless, it's 13-10.
It's a really small, insignificant, nerdy Counter-Strike detail, but I really appreciate the fact that Fallen, while all that slaughter was going on towards Palace, he just kept his crosshair over towards A ramp. Didn't even move until that last player gave his position.
Yeah, he's just so confident.
Just like my job is holding A ramp. Gotta trust the other guy to hold Palace. That's cool.
Always the little things, isn't it? KNG making his jump down. Last time they Molotov this position, and this time just a couple of shots to be traded.
Looked like JKS really wanted to be aggressive in those B halls, and here's that boost up into the window, and this is where the strategies start getting a little bit more complex, a little bit trickier. Azza. Just waiting for the moment.
There's so much you can do once you have a player, especially when you have a player at 1 minute and 20 seconds inside of the window. KNG knows that they've given up this part, so they're well aware that someone could be here. But all you need is like a moment of inattention, and suddenly just the whole thing is gone.
Just look at the timing of this. Azza was holding that. Fur wasn't there. As soon as Azza gives up the angle, Fur rotates in, who also gives up the angle, and then Azza peeks. So there's a lot of coin flipping going on and dice rolling. who's going to win that battle, but he's just patiently waiting, and this is going to be such a brutal backstab. You can stop KNG from getting involved in the action. You can come into the A bomb site.
Well, the only thing is now, Renegades, they have almost no grenades. They have a couple of smokes here, and that's pretty much it. Gratisfaction leading the charge. Fur will pick up one, but can't follow it up, and Lias goes down. Azure in the window, he didn't stand a chance. He got taken out by Taco, and that means it's a 2-on-3. Renegades, a long time to set this up, and the result not exactly as they were hoping for. KNG now holding the one line. Fallen just going to be looking in the window. And JKS, 15 seconds here. The bomb is on the bomb side, so he almost has to run to even get close to making it. Molotov not going to do anything. Fallen will take him down. It's a team ace for MIBR. And also now really starting to make this look like a comeback. 13-11.
Yeah, 4 straight for MIBR. These double ops are doing wonders for him. And that's why you need to build up the economy around where you take 3 losses. You don't lose the AWPs, which is a godsend, but you need to be able to replenish those nades, those M4s, which they do perfectly. Just 2 rounds away now. And Renegades still not able to afford the heavy-hitting weaponry on this T side. They're going to be back to CZs, back to a Deagle, a P250. Plenty of utility to make something dangerous out of this round.
Nothing uncommon yet for Renegades. They do only have the pistols, but now would be the time to win one of these rounds.
Well, they won one already. They won it in the second. They did lose the pistol round in both halves.
Yeah, that's
also won the second round in both halves. Here we go. Utility over. Taco's in a much safer position. He's going to be able to double up, and KNG, those ops still ringing out. Triple kill for Taco and a nice hold of that B bomb site. Renegades have to imagine this. I was going to say I have to imagine this would be a timeout. What a critical juncture this is in the game.
Yeah, you had the whole lead. You had the everything kind of working out in your favor, and it's really fallen flat. The flashbang that sort of connects with Taco there, it only flashes in for like half a second, and that's just not enough, right?
I have to say as well, for all the talk we had leading into the series about where exactly MIBR would be at and how rough they've looked at times. Ooh, Gratisfaction just gave it up maybe a half second early. You have to say, beating Renegades on Mirage is no joke.
No,
well,
it's
even
really
in a
not.
series as well.
It's really not. They've looked like a really strong team at the moment, so don't want to be underselling them. You're right, maybe if they can make this work, then all the better for them. Fur will take down JKS. Aggressive angle over at the A apartments. And mid control in return for Renegades, which is definitely something. But the problem is, though, I feel like this has been a theme in some sense for them on the T side, is that they tend to lose control of some parts of the map. Like they either lose middle or they lose, in this case, A apps. And what do you do from there? You have to realize that means somebody could be in T spawn and you don't even know about it.
Well, you just have to maybe cross your fingers and hope it's not happening. Although with Fur, that's a pretty worrying thing. Fallen has spotted at least 2 because of that boost in middle, and they know. Good find. Lucas tucked into that corner, and Fallen goes for the peek. He's dropped as well. Now this gets dangerous. Remember, they know Fur was in Palace earlier, and Taco missed a chance. They have to be aware of this possibility. If Fur does damage, Renegades has no one but to blame from themselves, except for themselves.
Oh no. That's 25 seconds. The bomb, it did drop really far away, but he's going to get one more. Jacob going down. That's outrageous, the timing there. And now the Molotov is gone, and Fur, he's right on the edge. They've taken down KNG, but the push comes through Fur. He had to do that. He knew that if he waited, then Azza would come through back in the middle, and Renegades, they win the round, but that is...
They get away with one.
That's on the edge. When he gets the first kill, if the bomb doesn't drop that far away, then the bomb is still in the crosshairs of KNG out there.
I mean, still the second shot he hit was pretty
Yeah,
stunningly quick reaction. Here's that tactical from Renegades.
Wow.
Saad leading in close to the in-game leader. 14-12. Still a lot of cash for MIBR. They've rebought everything, rebought into that double op setup, and they've got money to spare. They've done a great job during this run of building up that bank for an obstacle just like this. 14-12, identical to Dust 2.
You never told me they modeled you in the game, Moses.
I thought faucets and hoses was like the low point.
Yeah.
We found a new one. Congratulations. Welcome to rock bottom.
There's always a lower level that we can get to. Don't even worry about that.
Oh, dear.
27th round. Renegades 2 away. Which is, I mean, again, like they just need just a tiny bit, and they will have found their way through. That's just Fallen discovering, stumbling into a kill. As it was already low on health, but still.
I mean, he was... Oh, nice shot from KNG. These double ops have just been so brutal. Renegades have struggled to find a way around this.
And if they want to try and punish KNG, then Taco's he's still waiting. Are they going to check? They will check after all. He's going to get the 1 kill. He almost has to get the second one just to make up for it. But that UMP very mobile on JKS, and that'll drop him 2 versus 3. And Fallen covering 1 line, and that's a perfect kill on Jacob. Now that leaves JKS 1 versus 3, and not even with the bomb plant yet. How do you get this? You almost have to just plant and just hope that it doesn't work out, or that it works, and it's not even going to be close. Fur will drop him instead, and that's heartbreaking. That could actually be the game almost for Renegades here.
Well, they have a really tough decision to make, and they have 1 timeout remaining. I don't think they want to use it here quite yet. This, I think, from Renegades has to be a half buy. I don't think you can fully invest into this round. You've got 2 players at 3,100, Jacob at 3,600, and I'm wrong. They're going to go for the tac pause right now.
All right.
I thought surely this would be a half buy and call a tactical at 14-14.
Yeah, at that point you still have just everything to win. It's the economy that makes me so scared for Renegades here. That's the thing that could really mess everything up.
The problem is, I mean, they have the full losing bonus, right?
Yeah.
The bigger problem is they haven't been getting the plants on top of it. So yeah, you have the full losing bonus, but that's not bringing you over the hump to really have a confident buy. That extra $800 goes a long way in these situations. 6 of the last 7 to the defense. 21 kills on Taco, 21 kills on KNG.
Yeah, they're doing a phenomenal job at the moment. AK there on Azza. They've managed to spread out a little bit. They managed to find that 1 gun. Is it going to be worth it? JKS going to be fighting for same position as last time.
That's the bomb. That's the bomb as well. JKS cannot lose that. And he gets away with a big one there. If that bomb drops, and here we go. This is the perfect time for it to happen, and KNG just turns around. I have to imagine mentally, if you're KNG and you're playing in that market position, you had to have prepped yourself and been like, you know what, I'm just going to check. I'm going to check that window room maybe 5 more times per round than I usually do.
Yeah, set like a little timer on your phone if you were allowed to keep it. Just, you know, it's like every 15 seconds, check window. KNG's in another good position here. Flick not really connecting, but down on the low ground, he's got Taco there with the M4. And they don't even have any grenades to set up for a flashbang on Taco. And that was KNG saving him, coming through the kitchen as well. Very well done. That'll tie it up at 14-14. And I mean, all the maps have been close, and we're going to get one more here that is. This is amazing.
The double op setup has been great for MIBR. That's really helped to power them to a win. But also, you have to. I can't remember the last time I saw Renegades get their boosts in towards window room this neutralized. Have had such little impact on the game so far.
Yeah, I agree, and that should again be a huge tactical piece, right? That's something you can really do a lot with, and they haven't really been able to. This time setting up from what looks, at least so far, like a regular A-type execute, and there's 3 people waiting for them on the other side. This has to work out. Renegade at the end of their life here. Lucas with a big opening, and the spray is absolutely outrageous. A quad kill to take down nearly all of Renegades. They get KNG at least, but JKS, he's got no chance at all. That's 15 rounds for MIBR. That was the timing. I mean, they lined up for him for that second and third kill.
Yes. And that is some hype that we have not seen out of the Brazilian side in some time. KNG and Lucas getting loud. What a quad kill. What a time to deliver for Lucas. 22 kills now. Actually, it might even be more than that. I think it's up to 23.
Yeah, he's done a fine job.
25 on Taco, 23 on KNG, 23 on Lucas. Only 20 kills on Jacob for Renegades. He's the only player in the 20 frag club. And with limited utility, limited buy, Renegades in this final round of force overtime have to just fall into a basic standard hit towards the A-bomb site.
I mean, they have 2 smokes and a couple of flashbangs, and that's it. if they get delayed, if there's a counter Molotov coming out or anything like that, which there just was.
Oh, and a smoke follow-up.
And they've already put out their smokes. They can't do anything. They just have to respect it, which means even throwing the earlier grenades does next to nothing. This is going to have to just be raw kills Renegades, and so far that's working. Azza and JKS with 2 openings, and they could get overtime here. Fallen, he has the right idea, but he's not really sure exactly where to find somebody. Misses the opportunity, and maybe they could do this. 3 versus 5, Taco crouching in. Azza's right there on the other side, and he's going to be somehow quicker. Azza with a big double kill. Fallen and KNG, I don't think they can do this. I think Renegades somehow have found a way to extend this into overtime. As unlikely as it seemed, they were able to do it, just re-engaging that A-bomb site. Again, the grenades weren't really what did it. Overtime, ladies and gentlemen, it was just great opening frags.
That's so wild that they're able to make that happen. With all the buys they had, with everything they could have wanted, with all the utility, all the AKs, and this is the one that makes it work. And it's through, ironically, it's through MIBR's own smoke. They had a Molotov in towards Palace. They drop a smoke on it, and that's what allows JKS and Azza to get the jump on that A-bomb site defense. Well, here we go. In overtime on the first map, and in the favor of MIBR, that was on Inferno. Renegades avoided overtime on Dust 2. And here on Mirage, the deciding map of the series, back to the bonus rounds. And now, all those economic issues, they all go away. That's no longer a story down the stretch.
You know, that means that double op can be brought out by MIBR, no problem. The Renegades, of course, themselves struggling a lot with the economy, and you're right, that's not going to be something that they have to worry that much about. Default kind of a spread from the Renegade side. What can they bring us? I would love to see, again, some of those really, really cool setups that they have. I like this, though, from MIBR, the really aggressive push coming out, and then smoking it off and even denying Gratisfaction a chance for maybe a refrag on that other side.
I think first saw the shadow of the flashbang or the smoke, whatever it was. He took real advantage of that information. Renegade's going to readjust. Other side of the map we go. How long until MIBR figures it out? Still just a defender fallen at connector. And again, you still have Taco eyes peeled towards a window boost.
Fallen has got the right idea. I think he heard that. Definitely saw the shoulder peek. It's going to give away the game about where one of the orbs is, but KNG is in a very dangerous position for the kind of strat that they're running here, Renegades. They're going to be coming up catwalk, and yeah, he's going to go back. Instant kill on Lias, and they're going to try and see if they can get close, but Taco was there, and the timing is godlike for him. Jacob doing his very best to continue the spray, but there's just so much of a defense here. That was a perfect kind of a defense for MIBR, given what Renegades are throwing at them.
That one kill that KNG get, all the attention goes away from Taco after that. They're trying to huddle up along the wall, which makes it prime for a double kill from Taco. 16-15.
A lot of smokes towards the middle, in fact. Very quick. It could be like a connector play that's going to be coming in very fast here for the T side. They've managed to push Jacob through instead, so that's sort of the first part of the mission already done here.
I would imagine they want to make it feel like it's going to be an attack up catwalk towards the B-bomb site and then rotate back through connector. But Fur, as always, being very tricky. Ooh, and he wants more. There's the pop flash over. Oh, and Alza's got him. Fur never left the comfort of that smoke, and as it disappears, so does the flashbang. Good advantage for Renegades to find.
That's just the shadow showing on the ground there for Taco. Easily picked off. I wonder if he thought they were boosting Fur. I think he maybe thought they were boosting into the window, so he wanted to sort of go and check that. Lucas with one good kill, but he'll be overpowered eventually. And Fallen, what can you do up here with the AWP? I mean, there should be no way to get a bunch of kills. He's going to pick up one with the AWP, but the bomb down in the open, and they really don't want to challenge KNG. And can you really blame them for it either? He does get the leg shot. He's so quick with that gun, but back around the corner, he misses his chance. And man, if you only had an HE, maybe that could have been something. But Jacob will take him down regardless, and Renegades pick up a round.
That's a really good find. Fur was just maybe seconds away from making a very, very nice play. Yeah, that must have been the call, or maybe to check or just clear it out, but he so convincingly jumped down. He didn't even try and hide the fact that he was going to be pushing through that smoke whatsoever. So Renegades with a chance to take a one-round lead into the second half of overtime. Back to the A-bomb site we go.
Fallen taking a lot of damage in the middle for a Molotov. Maybe a little bit scared to try and push up against it. Nobody here at top mid, so.
And they're playing a pretty passive range defense with M4s. It's the ops that are not actually going to be involved in this hit, so it's got to be Fur with the M4. Molotov to slow things down. I think that's going to work just about perfectly, although it is extinguished, and now Fur's got to move again.
Yeah, a lot of talking coming out from Fur. You can see he's calling it in now. I'm hearing them on the other side. Still plenty of time. Lucas with one more good headshot, but he's going to go down to Lias, and now Fur hiding in the corner. Some shots ringing through. Fallen is there to try and help out, and they don't check it quite quick enough. Fur now up on the ladder, and oh my god, how is that possible? That is such a ridiculous sequence. That happened way too quickly.
That was so smooth. What a beast that he just did that up the ladder. And already, MIBR and Zeus focusing on the second half of overtime. But this is a thing of beauty. So quick, an immediate headshot and the transfer down. That is incredible.
Like, my mind instantly just assumed that that was like a player from CT Spawn or something helping out. Like
Yeah,
with the
I thought so
kill.
too.
Like, that must be somebody else.
Holy hell.
I actually can't believe that.
Fur putting on a show. 18
Wow.
kills, but those were 3 very important kills. He played that round so well. What a hectic situation to keep calm in. Behind the smokes, behind that close-up box, looking for information, being able to communicate it over to your teammates, and then deliver that kind of a sequence. 17-16. MIBR 2 away from taking the series. Renegades would have to sweep this half if they want to win.
Been a while since they were playing on the T side, MIBR, so I mean that could be great and it could be, you know, a little bit tricky.
Remember, they really struggled towards the B-bomb site. A lot of those rounds that they were able to claw back together came towards A at the second portion of the first half. It looks like here they want to go back at least to the original game plan, and ooh, that is just, oh, there it is. Fur looks back. Opening kill, and again, that's going to weaken the B defense. Now Liaz is under a lot of pressure. No one from Renegades yet rotating over, but he's not under attack just yet.
All the while he was running in the underpass there, there were people throwing flashbangs towards that position that Gratisfaction is in, and they were even shooting a little bit at top. I think they were trying to do as much as they could to distract from the fact that he was running down there. So
again, it feels like MIBR's missed a huge timing here where just Liaz was the only defender. Now they've allowed Aza to rotate over.
Or JKS. He's walking out of that A-bomb site. Lucas on the other side. JKS. His crosshair's going to be, he's definitely in the wrong position there. Jacob, maybe the sole guy to defend this A-bomb site. Grenade not going to do anything to him, but yeah, he's calling it in now, saying we're in a lot of trouble on this side. Fallen going to go for a bomb plant inside of the smoke and behind the box, and that's very hard to do anything about. Jacob sneaking through, but he's found immediately, and this defense just not even a chance. Renegades frustrated that they couldn't find out what was happening over at the B side, so they decided to put JKS a little bit aggressive to find somebody, and that was maybe their last chance to do something.
I think Aza knows if he goes through this, he's just dead.
Wow, the timing on the swing.
Yeah, that too. That didn't help anything at all. 18-16, MIBR. 1 round away from taking the series. Renegades once again backs against the wall.
They just had no information in that previous round, did they? 28 kills on Taco, 27 on Lucas, 27 on KNG. That's. But look at Fur and Fallen, how much they've managed to catch up compared to how far behind they were early in the game. They really weren't having a good game at all. And now it's a bit different.
It's weird seeing MIBR with, oh, hold the thought. Here we go, Taco, entry from Palace, the follow-up as well. And JKS gonna cling Renegades into this game. He's gonna hold on as much as he can underneath. And actually still fighting with the pistol out. KNG's gonna try and back into the smoke, but JKS has that as well. What a hero, keeping Renegades alive.
Yeah, that was looking like Taco would have just crack that bomb side open. Gonna try and go back through the smoke, and yeah, he knows JKS. He's playing this so well at the moment. Gets the assist on that last one, but the triple, obviously what does it. Renegade's still alive. In spite of everything.
Can they do it again? Can they force double overtime?
They need to, right? Like, this is it.
I thought this was the waterfall moment. I thought that was the one that JKS lying in wait. And it's, you can kind of in a way understand why MIBR overlooked that position. Taco gets one kill on top of the balcony, and then he gets a kill out in the open towards stairs. And you're like, surely there's no way there's a third person who's also underneath the balcony. That's just something in your head that you don't think of.
No, I agree. It feels unlikely at that point in time. Still a tactical pose left here for MIBR, so going to use it right now to try and figure out what's left. I feel like that's where, if you're an in-game leader, you really get put to the test, right? Because you've already played all the rounds, 15 rounds in regulation on this side. And now you have to try and remember, well, exactly what kind of things were working. How do we do this? Is there anything that you know, we could go back and pretend to do again, but then actually do something different?
And there's been a lot of Counter-Strike played since then.
Yeah.
Here we go. One final chance for MIBR to close out the series. A lot of utility in mid, a lot of nades in mid, and Lucas is going to use the cover of that to find his way up catwalk. Remember, first half, they got bottlenecked here a number of times. They cannot let it happen now. Taco spots one. Ozza's in some trouble, so is Gratisfaction, but he's found a pick. Blind is this attack, but they're still progressing forward inside of the flames. Gratisfaction finds his second, and Ozza trying to be sneaky. The reinforcements have arrived, and Renegades going to hold on. They're going to force double overtime.
Oh man, that felt like it was very close, but I think once Gratisfaction got, especially that second kill, yeah, that's when it slowed down. I like the dedication from MIBR though. I like the idea that once they had committed to doing that, they really followed it through. Like, there was no slowing it down, but you know, at some point it's not about whether or not you slow down, you just get slowed down by...
Yeah, you get stopped.
Yeah, you just get stopped, right? And that's kind of what you need if you're Renegades at that moment. Gratisfaction having a great game right now.
Yeah, phenomenal game.
Double overtime.
Everyone in the server really playing solid. No one really having a weak game, a quiet game. Everyone's had their moments. We like that.
Yeah, that's the best kind, isn't it?
18-18. Magic number now is 22 to take the victory. Gratisfaction with a chance. I think they spotted him. Yeah, Taco just holds and waits.
Yeah, when he repeats that, you can tell inside of his mind he's not quite sure how far out into the mid position they are. So he just over-peaks it. Not the best way to get started. Quick trade there on Lias going down. It's still Taco leading the charge. Azza flashed in by a teammate, and the following spray is so good. A big double taking down Taco and KNG, and I mean, Lucas is one bullet away, and that'll be Jacobs applying that one. Leaving Fur with a bit of a flank. He could get this kill and make it a one-on-one pretty quickly. But now JKS is thinking about it too.
Yeah, the alarm bells inside of his head were just like, watch for the flank. Fur looking the other direction as well. 19-18. The one problem with, not the one problem, but one of the problems with running those fast strategies in that fashion the way MIBR just did is, you know, Taco gets those kills. He's coming up catwalk. Everyone's coming up catwalk. And because you're just holding W the whole way, Renegades know exactly what's coming, where the attack's going to be, and they can place a flashbang perfectly the way that it just happened. Now, you're not always going to get the delivery on top of that flashbang the way Ozza sprayed down, what, 3?
Yeah.
That is very impressive.
Yeah, that was so well done. Ooh. Fallen maybe wanted to take that shot if he hadn't unscoped. A little bit of a counter grenade coming out to middle. Lucas had success earlier this way, and he's going to do it again. Now the pistol is out. Jacobs on the other side, just getting chipped away at. Doesn't want to fire the gun in case he goes down. Azza in a position to try and do something. He's actually forced out, and they know it. And that is a disaster here for the mid defense. Jacob, oh, finally put into play and comes up with a big double.
I was going to say, he's still stuck. He's still in a lot of trouble. Lucas knew there was a second one there, whether he spotted the gun barrel around the smoke or whether a teammate spotted it on radar. He was looking for that. 3-on-2. Man advantage for MIBR, but I think both teams pretty much know what they're looking at. As Renegades are rotating over into the A-bomb site to try and work this, but Kanji lurking in middle is a big factor.
Oh, and he actually gets a dink on Gratisfaction. Jacob waiting down here. This could be a huge play. He's very low on health. He almost has to go for this kind of a play. Did he see the shadow of Taco? They don't even know that he's here. He could just win the round right here, and that is beautiful. In the middle now, we're actually all the way back at T-spawn. KNG with 35 seconds, but what a play out of Jacob. A quad kill so far. Looking to see if he could get one more for the ace here in double overtime. He's got the pistol out now again, KNG. He knows time is going to be running out very, very soon. 20 seconds, and Jacob is playing this like an absolute god at the moment. He's done it all. He's repositioned. He's got the quad kill, and now he's playing for time. And Gratisfaction will end that round. But Renegades now at 20. That's a really, really impressive round out of the Norwegian player.
It's just Jacob dragging. That is crazy that he's able to make all this work. What a hectic situation from start to finish. First that sequence, and this one somehow sneaking into the bomb site the whole way, sliding into a position that MIBR thought was already clear. That is some impressive stuff. 20-18, Renegades taking control in double overtime.
And then the patience at the end, right?
To wait for the second?
Yeah, you could have...
Oh, when you mean like not peeking KNG?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know, he could have been tempted to do that. Like things are already working out really. He had a lot of health, I think, still. So not doing it though. 20-18. This
is such a solid position from Gratisfaction. So much information being gained, allowing Renegades to triple up in middle. 2 players in connector. They're going to have to back away towards that A bomb site and recover this scenario. Azza looking for one in middle. It's Fur that he's trying to find.
Jacob smoke clearing, Fur hiding inside of it. We'll end up winning that fight. Leah's in a very uncomfortable position. Yeah, he's actually probably quite happy about that smoke going down.
All of Renegades has to be in an uncomfortable position. Smokes and set piece and utility masking and making it look like it's going to be an A hit, but it's been quiet. That allowed Fur to sneak into connector. Takes attention from Renegades away from middle just for a second to get Fur into position, and now look at this. MIBR rotates back across the map. They have no smokes though, Anders.
No, they really don't. A little bit late on that one. Gratisfaction now taking up the position. Lias getting caught, and that is a problem. Now alone on the bomb site, JKS. He's had to do everything on his own. He nearly could have had that triple. I mean, he is still such a devastatingly powerful player. Gratisfaction not with the chance there at the end. Still, that could have. It looked to me like JKS was gearing up for a very cool triple there. 20-19, and yeah, 2 more rounds for Renegades or 3 for MIBR. This is, I don't know how to, like, now we've been rolling these dice for a while, and it's hard. You can't tell anymore who's coming out on top.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. MIBR. I mean, the longer this lasts, you have to feel like Renegades is going to have way more options to fall back onto, considering how good this map is for them. This is a map they love picking in series as well.
That's the thing that I'm sort of a little bit confused about. I keep thinking, surely soon that they're going to be pulling out some of the slightly deeper strats. So I feel like the window play that they've been trying a lot on the T side has been found out.
I feel like they've ran it, what, I can remember 2, maybe 3 times I've seen them kind of try and get Azza boosted up into there to try and make some kind of a flank through market happen, and in both times MIBR has been able to shut it down or at least not take damage from it.
Yeah. So maybe not worth revisiting.
The big conversation isn't about the window boost if you're Renegades, it's about the double op setup that you know is coming. Because as soon as MIBR had that in their hands in regulation, they went on a huge run. That's what you need to be worried about, and that's why. KNG getting a nice easy shot, finds one more that very nearly could have been a 2-man advantage for MIBR.
Good return though. Lias taking down 1, and that actually does create a slight bit of an opening into the bomb site. He couldn't get there quite in time, but it looked like there was a moment where he could have beat Taco to the punch.
First got such a crazy flank going on considering the fact that JKS is still in Palace. This is going to be real frustrating for Renegades. Are they looking for it though?
I don't know. JKS was looking at a flank, so maybe they know that someone could be here. Jacob's certainly not going to be ready. Oh no. And Fur just walking up behind him. That's going to be a very... Well, the smoke is kind of preventing him for a minute, but surely he's going to just wait for it. Goes for the stab. Leah's inside, and... Oh, this is very uncomfortable. He's waiting for it, and Leah's going to get the kill on Fur. I can't believe it. 45 seconds left now. This should have already been a 1 round, but now, who knows? 40 seconds, and Leah's trying to make himself look as big as he can over on this side, throwing in a couple of grenades while they're making their way towards the middle here. JKS and Azza still alive.
Oh, and MIBR is keeping 2 defenders at the B bomb site. They don't realize this yet. They think it's always going to be a B hit. It's only Lucas looking towards connector, and here's that boost. Very late into the round, 20 seconds. Not even going to use the smoke, just going to go for the attack. And Lucas must hold on.
And there he is. Lucas will absolutely hold on. That's a beautiful double before he goes down to JKS, who now only has 10 seconds. There's no playing around. He just has to go straight for it, backing off into the grenade. And, well, yeah, there's no time. He's simply run out. This is devastating. Trying his very best, but
he actually got it.
Get a chance. Yeah, I mean, I can't even believe that he did that. That in itself that's going to be one of the just closest, yeah, indeed. But still, even with that, he was never going to get out behind that box.
I thought he checked CT spawn just for a half second too long. I didn't even think that plant was going to go through. But you're right, even though it does, that might be right on top of him. This
whole round, like, you would need to rewatch this round in slow motion almost to figure out just how many things were going on here. I can't believe that Fur had the skill to find himself in that position, but then somehow couldn't. If he had found a kill on Lias, there would have been no round, right?
It's a hard ask, isn't it? It's because like the obviously you're just like, well, if you think it's going to be a hit, why don't you just have the patience to wait for that smoke to clear? But in that moment, there's no way you're making that decision. He had enough trigger discipline forever. Oh, aggressive again. He's got another headshot as well. JKS goes down in Palace. At least this time, he wasn't carrying the bomb.
Fur's been winning that fight a lot, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has been. I mean, that seems like a fight, the style of which is perfectly suited to him.
And now he's pushing up. Previous rounds, I think he's been playing this one more defensively, but changing the style, Jacob and Granis faction, it's very awkward for them if they try and fall back, especially.
Problem again, there's just so much pressure on Lucas. He's delivered. He's done great work at this A bomb site.
Granis faction, you get about Fur is walking all the way through, and yeah, now the call's going to be coming up surely. A couple of people here first turned around, then it's now going to be trying to flank instead. 55 seconds on the clock and a bit of damage. Lucas just buying time, and this is all good news, and that smoke is going to be covering them for a couple of seconds more, but then they're going to be in absolute trouble. The bomb now being attempted in front, and Gratis faction, oh, the smoke goes away just as he's trying to plant Fur. Oh, he goes down. Jacob saving them, and KNG not getting through the window, and it turns around. Renegades somehow finding a way through, and I couldn't even tell you how. That is just devastating.
Gratis faction spots him early enough to get off the plant and into safety, and that has got to feel so bad if you're MIBR, if you're Fur. That was incredibly close from just being completely successful. Just that's the one round. As soon as Fur gets that kill in the planter, it's essentially over.
Yeah, that's mental.
Well, they had the strength to make a huge comeback in regulation. Do they have it again to force a triple overtime, a third overtime?
Yeah, it's all on this, isn't it? Double up still in play. That has been the key for them so far. That's the thing that's really brought them a lot of victories. And Fur going to be pushing into under par. I don't think we've even seen this yet, and they're ready for it. Lias a running headshot with that AK-47, and Taco dropping very low. Or at least taking a little bit of damage over on that side. Could have been even more, it looked like. 21-20. And an early death there. That's also, I mean, they know where Fur's been playing this whole time, right?
Yes.
So that's even a bit of something that you could use when you put together the strategy here.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think eliminating Fur, it's nice to not have to worry about someone flanking you for no good reason, but you still have Taco at 32, KNG at 32, Lucas at 33. These guys have been playing lights out, and all three still on the board. Although the number of times Renegade's been able to adjust back to the A bomb site late in rounds and find Lucas essentially all on his own, this is just going to add one more to that tally. One more time where Lucas has to answer the call.
All the grenades raining down all around him. That flashbang is god tier against him. Now they're all around him, and nobody's checking the corner, and Fallen's going to be there as well. Only the one kill, and that was KNG, and then Fallen to follow it up. It's still a 3-on-3, and the bomb going down very quickly. Renegades, 3 kills, and they will finally end this game and walk away with a victory at all 3 maps. Taco setting up for a flashbang. Are they going to be able to do anything? Fallen, how does he retake this with the AWP? I mean, the flashbang is great for the setup, but still, he can't really miss a shot here, or he might go down immediately. And so much time has already ticked off this bomb. They've got to be very worried now. Good smoke up on top, and there's really no grenades left on Renegade's side. A kill, but JKS still in sandwich, ready and waiting, and that's it, 22. And Renegades bring it home after a very, very long struggle.
Oh, that was brutal. That was brutal for both teams, and that's going to be so deflating for MIBR despite such a great performance. But still, you got to give it to the boys. I mean, to be able to hold on that long, they withstood a lot of power out of MIBR.
They absolutely did. I mean, both teams really had to dig deep to try and stay in this.
You think the two maps that Renegades won, this and Dust 2, obviously this one we just saw a nice comeback from MIBR. That double up setup on the defense was brutal. Their go-to tactic, that boost into the window, was neutralized. But then you go back to Dust 2 and look, they had to overcome all those ridiculous Deagle wins, all those ridiculous Deagle buys that MIBR was able to pull out. So this was more of a, feels like a mental struggle and victory for Renegades than anything.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think for both sides, it felt like there was a lot of question marks. I felt like this wasn't built on some really solid foundation that you can go and do this again and you know, and play on into the tournament with. But I don't know. Maybe it's also just the mix between the two right now. It's hard to say, but certainly it required like just a lot of strength to survive for both teams here.
Does this give you a little bit of hope in the MIBR lineup?
Yeah.
Are you feeling better now than you were prior to this tournament?
Yeah, I am in some sense. Like I think what's missing now is like the energy behind it, like the conviction that we're gonna win this. Like I think that's what I'm needing now. But
that's the next step.
Yeah, I think it looks good though. I'm not so sad. Well, we've got the interview ready with Paula, so please take it away.